Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Land Bodybuilding Mountain. And today I am up in the mountain area looking for Sasquatches, but you know, that's beside the point. But today we're going to talk about what is the best workout program, or how do you know? Like, because I know a lot of times I get these comments and I get them all the time because there's always somebody new coming and stuff, and they're like, you know, what do you think of this workout program, or what do you think of that workout program? And I understand the beginner mentality is to try to find the best workout program based on somebody's opinion. But when you're starting off, I would say simplicity is going to work. So don't get too wrapped up in having the perfect workout program or having to purchase a program from somebody. You know, you could start with a very general, easy structure, something very simple like training the whole body 3 times a week, or just training a simple bro split. If you look up bro split, you'll find out what bro split is. It's just training 1 or 2 body parts per day and then splitting the body up until you hit all the body parts, and then you take a day or 2 off and then you come back around and do that again. The truth is that you're going to get results regardless of where you go, but at some point as you're training, you're going to have a certain, let's just say, intuitive nudge to move in one direction or another. You know, you could say you start following the feeling of what feels right, not just what is giving you better numbers in your workout program, but it's also feeling better in the body, and you're combining these two things. I guess you could say it's the analytical and the intuitive. You start blending them. So you start getting feedback from the body through sensory perception. You start to feel like what makes you feel more pumped, what makes the muscles feel more you know, strong, and at the same time have more endurance. And you could see that through the reps and the numbers on paper. But you start to basically bring these two things together though. The reason why is because you could be going up in strength on paper, but maybe your body's falling apart. You know, maybe you've got nothing but joint pain or problems or issues going on. So obviously, even if your strength is going up temporarily, if your body keeps on aching and having all these issues, then it's only going to be a matter of time before some injury becomes a huge setback. So in the end, this is what you're trying to achieve is not only more results, but you're also trying to achieve a connection to the body, such a deep connection that you start to feel what is more in alignment with your greater health and results at the same time. It's not one or the other where, you know, you're saying, okay, I'm gonna train and beat myself half to death and then get a career-ending injury. You know, obviously that's not going to be the way that you're going to get better results in the long run. And I've talked about all sorts of different ways to get results on this channel, all sorts of different workouts, different ways of eating. I have them all sectioned into playlists and stuff. And you could try a lot of these techniques out and see which ones feel great to you or which ones start to give results. But in the end, always remember, if something starts to break you a bit, that can't be the right workout program for you, or the right exercise, or the right range of motion. So it's important for you to realize that important foundational thing. Because there's also the other comment I get is that people are like, hey, I can't do this exercise because when I do it the way it is prescribed, you know, it doesn't work. I start hurting myself, you know, such as all the way down squats. Like there's lots of guys that when they do that, they just break their knees up or break their lower back or whatever. So it's important for them to realize that there may be a different way for them to achieve results with their training, whether that's by doing a different type of exercise or whether it's just by catering the squat to them and lifting accordingly. Maybe it's a partial range of motion, or maybe it's a slight technique adjustment, or maybe they need to stretch a bit. Maybe they need to work on some muscles that are weak and some muscles that need to be stretched or lengthened, right? So it's a matter of this dance between you and the body. Like I've always said, it's a matter of just constantly making adjustments as you go. Because the other thing that a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of the guys on this channel realize, of course, but a lot of people out there don't realize, is that your body is an ever-changing system. And what works for a period of time doesn't work later on. And then, of course, it requires an adjustment. So the only way to do this is not to have a prescribed pattern in a workout program, you know, something that's written down, because that's just a template to start with. You have to start building this intuitive side of yourself, or this deeply connected side of yourself that interprets the sensations running through your body and says, okay, this is what I need to do. In this case, say I'm getting elbow pain. Okay, I need to adjust my arm up or down in order to prevent the extra pressure on the elbow and so forth. So you're not really on this path to become a robot. as much as, you know, in this information age that we're in, a lot of people, they want to just have a template and have no connection with the world. They just want to, you know, have everybody tell them the easy way. But that's not really the way organics work, right? You know, you're an organic creature, and each creature is going to need something different. Otherwise, if we were all the same, everybody would have the exact same health problems, right? Everybody would have the same diet that works for them. Everybody would have the same, you know, strengths and weaknesses. But we know that there is this tremendous diversity in individual bodies and in what they need and what they don't need. So it's the same thing with your bodybuilding programs. You are not this robot that's the same as all the other robots, and you just interchange the parts and so forth. So the most important thing I want you to get out of your workout program is to not just measure what's working for you right now, but also look at the sensations in the body and the feelings and the mind-muscle connection, and learn to interpret those sensations so that you know when something is good for you or bad for you ahead of time, right? Because a long time ago, I used to have to break something in myself in order to find out whether it was right or not. And fortunately, I broke certain things in a small way instead of a large way. You know, like say getting some lower back pain, or getting knee irritation or elbow irritation. Like for years, I was doing skull crushers, but every time I did them with the hands like this, with a bar, I would get elbow irritation. Well, that's one of the reasons, is because I broke this elbow, and basically this elbow can't bend all the way. And then it also changed how the forces are playing out, right? Because this elbow is sitting differently. It didn't heal right, right? But I can hyperextend the elbow, as you see, right? So the fact is that I had to change to dumbbells and do more of a little bit more of a supinated grip instead of fully pronated. But if I was a robot type guy, I would have just kept on doing these things until my elbows became so inflamed and so messed up that, you know, I wouldn't be able to train anymore. So this is where you have to really honor your own individuality and honor what's working and what isn't working, and discard accordingly. Don't get stuck in your head about, oh, I should be able to do this or should be able to do that. Everybody's got limitations and strengths. And by honoring those limitations and strengths, you can, you know, basically get the best of both worlds and find the workout and the exercise and the program that works best for you. Mountain. Keep honoring that connection and the interpretation of the data, but not in a robot way. And if you're having trouble, here's a new workout stick, all right? This one's just one that I just created right now. You see how I'm doing this? As I'm making a video, it's called the Multitasking 101 stick. So as you're working, you can just carry the stick around, you know, you just carry it around, start doing some arm curls, you know, if you're in the office, you know, it's just like a little walking stick, you know, just bring it in. You got a workout going on all the time. So yeah, anyway, if you want this stick, just send $49,995 to naturalgalantbodybuilding.com, and you can have a stick just like this and get 24/7 workouts in a very practical way. You just got to figure out how to get it in your car. But yeah, if you punch out one of the side windows and just kind of slide it through, it usually works. Yeah, so yeah, send that money soon and you'll get your stick. Mountain.